What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not
their podcast.
Presented by
Our Damn Selves.
Episode 243.
243.
Yeah. Fresh off of a Green Bay Packers loss to the 49ers. And in minutes, while we sit and record this. That's all. That is all. Shout out Mike Love. Yeah, what love. Mike Love, cold as hell. Shout out to the homie.
Chicago is like the rivalry between obviously the Bears and the Packers. We do have to poke fun. Like it's always like which team are you rooting for? Anything but the Packers. Fuck the Packers. It's always that in Chicago. That's how we get down. But yeah, tough loss for them because Robbie Gould, a former Bear, delivered that kick. So shout out to him. Still able to get it done. Still
at his advanced age, he's still hanging in there. Yeah.
Right. Because what's he like 40 plus? He has to be in his 40s, right?
Robbie's up there. Let's find out.
He's getting up there. Yeah, he has to be up there. Like he's.
I called him Robbie Old.
Robbie Old. He still can kick though. He still got that boot. Yeah, Robbie getting it done. So, I mean, it'd be a nice thing to see. Like like we said,
turns 40 this year. He's 39.
Yeah, okay. I was on the money. I was getting 40. I was like, okay, I was on the money. I was pretty close then. Okay. Because like I know that he's just been around for a while. So I was like, I know he has to be of a certain age. Like he has to be an old millennial. But so we have to root for the old guy, like you always say. Root for the old people now. Because we are the old people now in sports.
Oh, guys. What we're joking about, let's tell the joke here. It's like we're at that Epsom salt age. Because didn't you say, was it you or was it Marcus? Somebody took an Epsom salt bath, and I joked. So that's right, we are at that Epsom salt age.
We are at the Epsom salt age.
Especially our dad, who worked the press at the Tribune. We used to laugh at him doing the Epsom salt. Now we're at Epsom salt age.
We are.
Now, yeah. But
Epsom salt is actually, and I'm gonna share some. Epsom salt is actually up their game. So they have stuff with lavender scent that helps you go to sleep. They have the eucalyptus mint to aromatherapy. It's spearmint leaves in it. So it's really stuff that opens you up and really
Epsom salt age, whatever it is.
But don't sleep on the Epsom salt. So people don't sleep on it. It's actually a good practice to get into it. So, take you a nice bath, close your door, light your candles, put on some nice music, and have you some Epsom salt time. Well, I'll say to you.
Question, kid. Let's talk about it. Let's get into news. Have you and your family signed up for your at-home COVID tests? You know that
I did.
Government offering them, yeah.
Government provide it.
Family will be eligible for 32 per month because 8 per person. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can get 32 free masks per month. So that's what the program is. Each household, like family is 8 per person.
Okay.
You got a family of 4. Like I said, there you go. So you can get up to 30.
Because I did the test. I signed up for the home test. I did that. Yeah.
That's per month. Because because for a couple of reasons, it's been a shortage of tests. And them shits is expensive.
They are.
So if you're on a fixed income and you need a quick at-home test, it's otherwise you got to take
Walgreens might not have it.
Otherwise you got to take your ass all the way down somewhere and stand in line for the rapid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you really don't need to do that. Now you just got to go get a test if you need I always forget what the shit is called. Yeah, the real test is
PCR.
PCR. Thank you.
PCR. Yeah.
It's late, like Floyd. Yeah, the PCR. So if you need that, you still got to go get one. But for rapid, you can do it yourself. You got the at home. So yeah.
Okay.
So your little at home, and it's free. Like I said, you get 8 free per
nice.
8 free a month. So your family can get 32 free tests per month. So
that's what's up. Yes, as I said, we did sign up for the free testing thing. We signed up for it. So
that's one thing Joe Biden did right. Yeah. because he just passed the 1 year mark, and a lot of people are like, okay, grades. Yeah, what are your grades from President Biden? What do you want to get political? We want to get there. I already opened the door. I might as well walk through that motherfucker. I'll say a C minus.
I'll say a C minus. I was gonna say I'd say a C minus. You're not failing, but you're not.
He's a D plus to me.
I would say a C/C minus around there. Like your status quo.
Yeah.
I would say your status quo. That's why I say your status quo.
Yeah.
What's the joke that Chris Rock said years ago? America is a nation in the middle. He said that years ago. We're in the middle, a nation. Like some above, some below. We right there in the middle, flat line in the middle.
That's one thing that he actually did get accomplished was like, okay, like people have access to free at-home tests now because like I said, if you're on a fixed income, you couldn't afford them. They're pretty expensive. Yeah, you go to Walgreens. And even if you can afford them, you couldn't find them all the time.
Right.
Bought them up.
And then we saw people like who bought up all the tests. Like if somebody like used a stimmy and bought up all the damn tests and then they outside like $60, you know, like up in the, you know.
Lysol and toilet paper on 2020.
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say he's around there. I mean, you didn't hear the mess like with most change in administrations. That's the word I'm looking for. Most, like if you change most administrations, you go from one administration to another, you're inheriting somebody else's mess. So you do gotta like you kind of working from behind, but still, it's a C/C minus. It's that.
I say a D plus. Yeah.
So now the next focus should be okay. I'm barely past it. So now how do I get on the honor roll? That should be your next thing. Okay, I'm barely past it. How do I get on the honor roll now? One step at a time.
Not feeling
it. One step at a time.
What was the chick? I'm not feeling you. Who made that song?
Yvette Michelle.
That's what I'm feeling. I'm Yvette Michelle. I'm not feeling it.
I said one step at a time. So now you gotta get on the honor roll now. So now what's your next plan? You know me, I'm a planner. I don't like shit being done at the last minute. I don't like, let's just see how it works out. Let's just see. I'm not a person who operates like that. I like to see structure. I like to see this is my A, this is my B, this is my C, my D. I like to see everything organized out. So now I can actually see the vision like, okay, so if we do this, then it will lead to this. And then this will lead to this. And then this will lead. I like to go in steps. Everything should have order to me. That's how I operate. So that's why I want to see. What's your plan now?
1D right there.
What's it now? and give it. And my thing, you know, give me a real answer. I don't like, you know, like here's like a lot of people, like a lot of politicians not being funny. They talk and they say a lot of verbiage, and it's like you did not answer my question at all. You just completely just dodged my question.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of, just like people in like political people or people just in power, just people, period, who have some sort of authority or whatever. They know how to like do like the finesse thing and who can like
Joe Biden,
they know how to do that.
Floyd Mayweather that question about the student loan debt because like a person asked him and like when the reporter messed up, they asked a 2-part question. But he totally no soul the part about like, so are you gonna pay those student loans up and are you gonna start that? And he's like, and then he got the fuck out. He answered and he looked at his watch, say, "Open, that's time." Yeah,
I gotta go.
He totally no soul that fucking student loan question. He's Floyd Mayweather that shit.
Do like
W when the dude was throwing shoes at him. Like he was like that on the fucking
he was
Floyd.
bobbing and weaving.
He did that on the fucking student loan question.
Do like
you gonna pay that? Where's that $10,000 you promised the student loans? He said, "Well, gotta go." He got the fuck out.
No, he should do this. This is how he should answer the question going. And maybe I should work PR. This is how you should answer the question going forward about student loans. You should do like I said, we have the funny story about the car people when they try to think. You say, I got to crunch these numbers. Say you crunching the numbers and you'll get back. Say, I'm crunching numbers and I'll get back to you.
You say shit.
That's what you got to do. Because honestly, I think that it does have to be numbers that have to be crunched because like I said, aside from me also being a person who likes structure, I'm a person who likes math. So you just can't say that, oh yeah, we're going to do this and we're going to do that. okay, where's the math? How do you plan to pay for all this? Because this is going to cost a lot of money.
Trillions.
So where's your structure?
Trillions.
Trillions even.
With a T. Trillions.
Right. So where is this structured plan? And the answer should not be we're going to raise taxes, because we're not doing that. That's not the answer. That should not be the answer.
You know the Shannon Sharp GIF?
That should not be the answer every time. We got to raise taxes. We got to raise taxes. That should not be the answer. Like, you have to actually look at this budget. Like I said, I'm not claiming I know everything about, I'm not, that's not my job, but
number of like how much debt. I know it's in the trillions. I know that
it is
with the student loan.
But you got to do the math and you got to find out, because like I said, like as consumers and as people who run households, we budget every day. As people, I know I'm getting a little bit whatever, but we budget every day as people. So we look, if your check is only $600, your expenses can't be $800. You know that math don't math. So you got to look and be like, okay, so how do I borrow against it? Okay, hey, Netflix costs $15 a month. Do I really need Netflix? I'm cutting out this Netflix. Okay.
All Joe Biden had to do was really like look at some reruns of the Cosby Show on Amazon and look at when Cliff pulled up the Monopoly money with the. That's how you do a budget. It's like, okay, we're gonna give you this much. I'm gonna take this much for taxes. You gotta have a car. You need an apartment, and you haven't eaten yet. It's like he did the Monopoly money. There we go.
But you gotta do that. You gotta work your math, and you gotta look at your numbers. So you gotta.
You work for the Cosby Show. Break out the Monopoly board. Yeah.
You gotta do that.
Figure this shit out, Mr. President.
But he didn't do that, and sadly,
no sold that shit. When they asked about that,
sadly they're just not, because they just still don't get it.
Fuck out of there! If you see this shit, it's hilarious. When he looks at his watch is what made it funny. He was like,
"Oh, son." But here's the thing about stuff now: it's like people are more critical thinkers. It's a lot more critical thinkers now in today's climate. So you're not just going to be able just to feed people like, this is the thing. Okay, how is it the thing? What are we doing? Like, people are going to ask these follow-up questions to you. Whereas back in the day, like, shout out to like our mom's generation, shout out to like the boomers. They listened to Ike. They listened to Eisenhower. Eisenhower said this. Okay, Mr. President. It was like it was what it was. If Eisenhower said it, it was true.
Mm-hmm. Even presidents after that, when George Bush the first said that no new taxes. It's like, they believe this shit. Read my lips, no new taxes. He said
Reaganomics jacked up a lot of people.
Shit's crazy, man. But we'll see what happens. We also in a gubernatorial year. JB on the hot seat. Yeah, he got a lot of people coming after this seat. Like it's at least like 5 challengers. Like, because I cover the news every day, and I work morning radio.
Yeah, I saw it. The one like I can't remember his name, but he was on there with his family, because like he was like, yes, and they were like having like Christmas dinner or something like their ad. I'm like, okay. Like, working the family angle, smart to do. Work the family angle.
JB's commercial, JB got that long money, so he been
JB is a billionaire. Yeah, he got money.
His commercials been running like a motherfucker everywhere.
They've been running. Yes. Hi, I'm JB.
Like Governor Pritzker. Yes.
Yes. And JB, like I said, like he did make some strides. Like I said, like I can say that. He made some. I won't say
JB is a great governor, but he's better than Joe Biden was as president. So
yeah,
that much.
I think that he made a lot of strides, like a lot of stuff that like he did promise. Like I said, especially coming on the side, because as a worker for the state, a lot of stuff that like he said that he would give for us, he got for us. So. But everything he told us, he did for us. He did. So that right there, like, okay, you did everything you said that you was going to do for us. That Rauner did not do for us. So he did do it. Word was bond there. So we was like, okay. Because we had him on. We was looking like, so you said this. You said you was going. We was like, okay. You was like, okay. And he's like, okay, here y'all go. We were like, oh, okay. It's right there. Okay.
Long as he doesn't fuck with the Second Amendment, I'm cool. So and he hasn't. So yeah, I was like, okay.
And he got the weed here. He got the weed. So that's a big thing. He got the weed legal. He got legal in Illinois in 2020. So
So weeds.
A lot of people appreciated that.
They add revenue too.
They do.
And the tax money right there. They bring
dispensaries are everywhere here. So
and I got the numbers, like I said, because I cover it. And they talk about that Illinois in the last quarter alone did so and so million in tax. Yep. In a lot of tax dollars. Yeah. I was at Harold's the other day, and some dude, I guess he was from out of town. You know, Harold's attracts a lot of artists. He was like, you know where a dispensary is at? I'm trying to get my smoke on, because he knew Illinois is a weed state. Yeah. And I told him where one was too. Like
over there on commercial.
not that one. That's too far. Yeah, I was downtown. I told him.
Okay, he was downtown.
I was saying, I get my Harold. So I was the one I went to.
Right. I'm thinking over east. Like I said, my mind's over east.
So I did send him. I was like, it's one over on Halsted. Go check it out. I hope the brother got his smoke on. He was definitely.
So you got the package. You got your 6-wing spicy. You got your 6-piece with your hot sauce, and then you got your dispensary. So you set
2 breast mild sauce beef, but I'm just saying. If y'all are interested and want to offer me a meal, that's what. Yeah, the 2 breast with mild. Let's go.
I'm hungry. 6 wings with mild and hot. No bread, no slaw. That's me. Get my 6 wings.
Breast
mild. If I'm not as hungry, yeah.
Make sure my chicken is cooked. I don't want no soggy ass chickens.
Yeah, that's not.
What else you got, kid? Yeah, I haven't even looked at my notes. All of that shit I was just doing.
Since you opened the door early, since we started with football, have you seen the Super Bowl halftime trailer?
I know they got the kick-ass lineup. I know the West Coast.
That trailer.
Game is in LA. So West Coast lineup, they kicking asses with Kendrick, with Dre, with Snoop, with then you got M and Mary in there. They're not really West Coast, but it's pretty much a West Coast lineup.
Dre produced hits for them.
West Coast with Mary and M. That's the show. Yeah, Mary and Eminem with the West Coast also.
Oh, in the trailer, it's like about 3 minutes and 50 seconds. About I want to say so. The way it starts with the.
I want to play it here because we get a copyright strike.
Yeah, we'll get a copyright. So it starts with Eminem.
We definitely got one. We played that NBA commercial. Yeah, listen. We got copyright struck on that one. So there you go. So we're not gonna play it here, but I'll
just describe it then. So it starts with Eminem, and he's like, it's like he's like a mirror of himself. So it's like current Eminem, and he's doing the. I'm a rap guy. He's like taking the lyrics and he's like placing the lyrics, and it's like Slim Shady is in front of him when he was young, and he's like moving the lyrics around. Then Eminem gets a text on his phone, and when he gets the text, he looks and he's like, and then he runs and he gets on the plane. So he comes from Detroit, he gets on the plane. Then they cut to they show like a chess. It's like a chessboard. So it's like the first city pops up. So that's supposed to be Detroit, I guess. Then it probably goes to Snoop, and he's riding in his 6'4", and he's which McCart's playing? The Hold Up Way is playing, and he's like riding in his 6'4". So then he gets like a message, and then he whips around and he like does a U-turn, and it says on the bottom, "Do not attempt." So he like does a U-turn. Then it cuts to Mary J, I think, and she's like getting her makeup done. And they're playing Family Affair. And then, she looks at her stuff. Then she gets on the plane. Then it shows Kendrick. And Kendrick is writing, is he writing Humble, I think? He might be writing Humble. Like he's like sitting there like trying to like write his lyrics down. And then he
just went viral.
I think that's what he's writing. I think he's writing Humble. And then it cuts to, he looks at his stuff. And like all the time, it's like they're showing like Dre basically moving his chess pieces on a chessboard, basically. That's what it looks like. Like the cities are like popping up. It's like, and then like, the plane comes with Eminem from Detroit, Mary from New York. Kendrick comes up in his car, and then Dre and Snoop are in the car, and like in Snoop's car. And then they all like walking up together, like they end with them walking in. It's like kind of like, and I was like, so I was like, yeah. So it's a really good commercial. So you can
I'll look
it up on YouTube. Yeah, everybody like say you guys, we don't want to get struck.
Game one, like they definitely said, "Hey, get that shit down." Knock that shit off. They basically, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, we want to be careful with that. So, like I said, I just described
because we played the whole commercial. Had we just played part of it,
we played snippets
the
of it.
Fucking thing. It's like that's why they said, "All right, dude."
We should just play Zach LaVine Duncan.
Yeah.
And the tribute to Kobe when they did the 8 seconds to Kobe. We should have just did that. Yeah. But definitely, yeah. So I mean,
because the show is gonna be, and I wonder if it's gonna be surprises too, because it might be some more. It might be more.
I hope so. Somebody in the comment section wrote. They was like, if they pull out a Tupac hologram. Tupac hologram.
But a gangster party. Him and Snoop do that. Or do Cali Love, him and Dre.
California. Because they did play California Love at the end of the commercial. They did. They played California Love at the end of the commercial, yeah.
Out on bail for shut the jail.
California dreaming.
That'll be crazy.
Because I shared the video on my Facebook page, and then I wrote, my caption said, Xers and us old ass millennials are going to be lit, basically, because this is for us. This is for the Xers and the old ass millennials. This is for us. This is our halftime show.
With the exception of Kendrick, yeah, they like all like older. Like
they're all older,
over 40. Some over 50. Like every one of them is like.
They're all like 50. Yeah, I think Eminem turns 50 this year. I think he turns 50. He turned 50 last year. I know Dre is over 50.
I didn't know if Am was still in his 40s. I know, yeah. So he might be 50 now. I don't know, but like. Yeah. They all like definitely all over 40, like some.
Definitely.
So, yeah. With the exception of Kendrick, he's the one.
Kendrick, he's a younger guy.
But Kendrick got us like, but people of a certain age rock with Kendrick because he's cold.
My left stroke just went viral.
Kendrick, I saw him at the Damn tour and at the United Center. Killed
I never got to see. I haven't seen Kendrick live yet.
Yeah, and Felicio was sitting like 2 rows in front of me. Shout out Felicio, former Chicago Bull, who stole was like a grand theft larceny. He should have been arrested for.
He stole paychecks. Yes. He did.
Hilarious. He brought Felicio's ass up.
It was dope as hell though. So I'm ready for the halftime show. February 13th. Yeah, because they moved it down a week. February 13th.
And NWA reunion. Get Cube and Ren and Yella. Let's get them out there. That'll be insane.
Let's bring the dog pal. Let's bring out people like that, you know.
Like I said, surprise. Rage.
I'm gonna say Lady Rage.
I got rough and stuff in my Afro.
We were, because like earlier today, Marcus and I were listening to the Above the Rim soundtrack. Like, funny that you said, we actually were listening to that soundtrack earlier today. We were listening to the Above the Rim soundtrack. And I was like, I forgot how much he was on here. Like,
and that's one of the greatest soundtracks of all time.
Right. I had listened to it all the way through in like a while. So I was like, man, I forgot about this song. Like, okay, like, damn. I gotta get back on my my 90s stuff.
Because it's a must. It's the Lady of Rage still kicking up dust. Come on, man.
I hope they bring out people like that.
We saw her live. Yeah, I forgot where.
We did at the African Fest. I want to say
it was somewhere outside.
Yeah. Where? Yeah, I want to say it was at the African Fest. Yeah.
Yeah, she Rage. I've seen Kendrick. I've seen Mary. Who else? I don't think I've seen M or Dre. Snoop, I think I saw once.
I haven't seen it. I saw Mary and no Kendrick.
I saw Mary twice. I think I was with you both times. I saw
Mary twice too. Yeah, I just thought about that. I forgot about the Virginia trip. Yeah, I was thinking about the Budweiser Superfest. Yeah,
I saw Mary like a couple of years ago. That's the one I was thinking about, and I thought I saw her back in the day too.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Budweiser Superfest. I was like, okay. I saw Mary J at that, and then we saw Mary at Ravinia.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we do a little something.
She's your head. Did she be hearing that?
I want her to do the Love No Limit. That's what I want.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be hot. Yeah.
Baby. That's gonna be crazy. Hope they do like just like random songs. I hope it's just not just a Dre showcase. So I want to hear Love No Limit. I don't just want to hear Family Affair. I want to hear like going to like
I'm loving you every day. Don't you look no more, love without a limit.
have to worry because I'm loving you. Let's go.
I do be happy because she does the dance. You know the Mary J dance. She does it. She hits her little dance that she hits when she does that.
It's crazy if they do this shit right and have some surprise guests, like you said, like Rage and Corrupt and Daz and like get Cube and Ren and all that, and Yellow out there getting a little NWA.
Yeah, that would be bananas. We need something positive during this time because we're still dealing with this pandemic. So we need something to uplift us, uplift our spirits. We need that. And since you opened the door earlier about Felicio.
Let's talk a little NBA, yeah, since we talked. Or the injured Bulls.
The injuries continue. So
yeah, we got I get a short version, I'll let you get a long version. So if Zach LaVine, Lonzo Ball, Alex Cruz are all out for the immediate future. That's where we at right now. I'll let you do the long version, but that's the short version.
The silver lining is that Zach, they're saying it looks like he may be ready by Wednesday's game. They say it's looking like he may be ready by Wednesday.
For the others, so we'll see what happens with him.
Lonzo, it was revealed that the soreness in the knee was a small tear in his meniscus. It was a small tear. And he opted to, because they was like he wasn't responding to treatment. Because like Donovan was like they were trying to see how he would do a treatment. He wasn't responding to it. So then he opted to have the surgery. So the surgery is going to sideline him for 6 to 8 weeks, which is not terrible news because that's like right before playoffs. So get healthy. Like I said, we can maintain, get everybody back for playoffs, kill it in the playoffs. So yesterday, or you guys rather, by the time you guys hear it. So Friday game, the Bulls faced the Bucks, the defending champs. So it was in Milwaukee.
Lost by a very close margin.
Lost by 4 points. The only person who was out in Milwaukee was just Brooke Lopez. So the only person who was out, their starting center, was the only one out. They had a full strength team. I'm going to be an honest person because, like I said, I like to tell it honestly. Both teams shot horrible because it was a horrible shooting night for both teams. Both teams just did not shoot the ball well. It felt like a playoff game. It did feel like a playoff series because sometimes you see those games where it's like that gritty. It's like, listen, we saw the game back in the day.
Conference finals or second round series.
Well, second round, 80 to 78 victory. Like that was the final score. 80s. We've seen those.
Bulls Bucks could be an Eastern Conference Finals or a second round, depending on how
a second round.
Going on. So those teams could and probably will meet in the playoffs.
So they did not shoot that well in either team, and the threes weren't falling. Unfortunately,
the only guy that was doing it for the Bulls was DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah,
but DeRozan
did something. DeRozan put the team on his back, and Ayo and Kobe had off nights. They did.
Thomas, he was balling, but it was like for the most.
And then Cook stepped up too because Cook rose to the occasion.
Then he was doing.
Yeah, Cook rose to the occasion because he looked fearless because he had to guard Giannis, so he had some tough shoes to fill. He had to guard Giannis, so he was making Giannis work.
He was still got his, but Cook.
But he made him work because I saw
30 and 12, so he did his thing.
One possession, I think he got like a block on Giannis or something he did, or like a. And then you can see when they put the camera on him, his face, he was like he just had like a look in his eye, like, yeah. I was like, okay. I was like, other people.
DeRozan, 35 points. He was 17 of 18 from the free throw line.
Because he was getting to the line. He was getting to the line.
Got 18 free throws. He was the only Bull that was getting to the line.
Because normally DeRozan
nobody else got more than 3 free throws on his whole team.
DeRozan's going to get at least eight attempts a game. He is going to get at least 8 free throws normally. So I said normally he's going to get at least 8. He's going to get at least 8. But he got 18 this time. Mm-hmm. And the play that unfortunately took out our defensive captain, Alex Caruso, just got back. AC just got back. And he was killing it. Like already AC, like he just is contagious, his energy. So he was out there, he got a steal, and he was up there going for a layup. He was going for he
landed awkwardly. It
was a fast break. Dirty ass Grayson Allen fouled him. He hard fouled him. I said initially just like a hard foul, but then when you replayed it, he took his arm and like he kind of like wrapped and like twisted his arm. So then his arm kind of like the way it twisted and he wrapped it to like hook his arm and he like basically pulled him down. And they was like, and that was a similar injury what happened with Pat Will, like how Pat Will was like hard foul with a flagrant foul like that. And that's how Pat
Williams got hurt against the Knicks.
He got hurt doing that. So these hard fouls, and then it wasn't even the matter of the fact that, okay, you hard fouled him, but after it, he didn't check on Caruso. And then when he went over, he had a smirk on his face. He was like smirking the whole time and doing that. So my thing is, I'm like, he did get ejected from the game. Bulls, wake up call for you guys, because Caruso now is going to he has a fractured hand. So he's going to need like 6 to 8 weeks also now. So he'll be ready for the playoffs too. So my thing is to the Bulls, you got to get somebody on your team that's tough, that you can sit at the end of the bench. So when shit like that happens, you check them in. Okay. You want to check them in. All right. Like you need that on your team. Everybody needs that type of person on their team. Not your superstar. Like we can't have your superstar get suspended. We don't need people who actually contribute big. Like Levine, DeRozan, we need y'all. Io, we need you. Like we need like our contributors. But somebody who can just sit in the bench.
Time to bring Felicio back.
Is he tough though? I don't think he's tough. I don't think he is like that.
All the time he was here.
You need someone tough that who.
Time for the homie Nazir Muhammad to come out of retirement. Sign a 10-day.
Hey, come on. And that's when you come in, you just be like, all right, you just.
Nazir once put LeBron on his ass. So
put LeBron on his ass. So.
Shout out to homie right there.
You need that toughness, though. You need that.
Outside.
Plays like that are not cool to me.
48th and Drexel, baby.
Plays like that just ain't cool to me, because it's like these are people's livelihood. And Billy Donovan was pissed. Like Donovan is normally like calm or whatever, and Donovan was like he could have ended his career. Like Donovan was pissed.
Like some years back since we mentioned LeBron, like
Donovan was pissed
when Kelly Olynyk when he damn near dislocated Kevin Love's arm. Remember that shit?
Yeah, you can't do plays like that.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
I think he tore his rotator cuff. You know, that's
that's it.
Older injuries are tough and shit. Yeah,
they are.
Kevin Love missed the rest of the playoffs because of that, and may have cost the Cavs a championship.
Kobe had a shoulder injury, because it's like working back to the shoulder. It's hard because you gotta like
rotator cuff is hard to heal.
You gotta get like your range of motion.
You gotta be mobile for like for like weeks. Yeah, like
you gotta be able to do all this.
You can't even move your arm at all for weeks. Yeah. Then when they take it off, you got to rehab it to like
get your range of motion. Yep.
Yeah, but just to let the shit heal, you can't move it at all. It's gonna be totally like stationary.
Yeah, I don't like plays like that. I know people like to try to go back into in the night. It's like, but was it really bad when they did shit like this in the 90s? Like people keep on going back to
when Rick Mahorn did it like with the
like old ass people be going back. It's like,
guess what? I didn't like the Bad Boys back then either.
Exactly. So. We ain't like it. And y'all still lost against Jordan. Y'all got swept. So deal with that. That's why I say to people like, the Pistons did, but Jordan swept y'all and he let you.
In the end, yeah. They say with the Pistons, they beat Jordan 3 times too, but Jordan got the last laugh though. Yeah,
he got the last laugh. Yeah, at the final, the
last time they played, Jordan got him. Like, that's all that matters. Yeah, the last.
Y'all walked off. And Horace Grant said, the great Horace Grant, y'all was straight bitches. Y'all walked off like some straight bitches. So that's your legacy, is that you walked off after Jordan beat you finally. Mm-hmm. So come for me, Pistons. I want y'all come for me.
Pistons ain't coming for nobody right now. They one of the worst teams.
Yeah, y'all ain't coming. So y'all worry about
that. Shout out to rookie Cade Cunningham.
Y'all worry about getting yourselves together. Y'all worry about that. Bright
future, so shout out to homie Cade Cunningham. But other than that, the Pistons are trash.
But the Bulls, I mean, like we know that injuries are part of the game, but when injuries like that happen, that are just dumb shit, it's like I get mad at stuff like that. Like these are the people's livelihoods. Like Caruso is not a dirty play. Caruso is a fan favorite. Like I'm sure like LA people might want to jump on Allen right now because they loved him in LA. The Lakers fans loved him.
No, unfortunately, Lakers tried to put together the Avengers and it didn't quite work out.
Avengers assemble.
So they had to let guys like Caruso go when you're trying to assemble all of this
Russell Westbrook and people like that.
Going like after those guys. So yeah, you're gonna lose like certain role players. That's why Caruso was one of the guys.
That's all the comment. That's every comment section. Every time Caruso did like a nice dime to somebody, they're like, "Damn, we wish he was like, yeah, y'all got a good one, Chicago. Like, damn, we wish he was back on our team. Damn, they was just mad. Like, man,
the Lakers aren't that good right now. I think they're 8th in the West right now. They're not that good right now. They're struggling. Yeah. So yeah, they they definitely could use an Alex Caruso right now because the Lakers are struggling. Let's look at the fucking standings since we're here.
But it's like I don't like stuff like that. It's like these are the players' livelihood, and it's good for the game that you have like your best player. Like you want to see your best players compete on the floor every night. I like to see full strength. Obviously, we know that injuries are part of the game, but if possible, I want to see people I want to see teams at least at 85 to 90% complete.
I don't think
when they compete every night.
I played Saturday night, so I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if he got hurt in that game, but he missed the Saturday, or maybe because it was a back-to-back. I don't know, but Giannis didn't play Saturday, so I don't know what's going on with him yet. I just checked.
I want to see that. I do want to see the 85 to 90. I'm not one of those people who be like, well, I want my team to be 100% and we play everybody at 30%. No, because like that's weak. That's like weak as hell.
Iron Cypher sharpens iron. Like I want to meet you at your best.
Yeah, everybody should be at least at 85 to 90%. Because we know injuries are part of the game. So that's why I say 85. And you're not going to get 100%, but you can get at least 85%. Like on a good day, you can get that. So that's what I want to see in the playoffs. I want to see the best teams go.
Yeah, Lakers are 7 right now in the West. That was right. The Clippers are 8. So the 2 LA teams are both struggling. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kawhi ain't coming back no time. So I don't think Kawhi hey.
Kawhi got that.
I'm Kawhi, damn it.
That's how he ended up getting traded for the Spurs. Because like I think Popovich and then they were talking shit about him. Like, yeah, like he's nothing wrong. He's fine. He says, okay, I don't want to play here anymore. Because they tried to rush him back. Yeah. And they said, yeah, like
no, I'm gonna take my time and take all the time I need.
Be on the floor. He's like, okay. He said, yeah, I'll be on the court, but not for the Spurs. So he's like, hey, trade me. So like, I'm not playing here anymore. So, they tried to do that, yeah. So he takes his time when he gets an injury, yeah. So
Dallas been on a tear. Dallas been ending streaks. That's what Dallas is a streak ender. They ended our streak. They ended Memphis' streak. Dallas out there just ending streaks on people.
Right now, Brooklyn took the top spot again in the East, like which is expected the injuries. The Bulls have been on a bit of a losing streak. They won. They won their one game, but they lost like 6 out of their last 7. So it's like they've lost a lot, like recently. So
they lost 4 in a row. They lost 4 in a row. Then they won the 5th one. Then they just lost to the Bucks.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 5 out of their last 6. I was close. I said 6 out of 7.
Yeah. So they have like teams that aren't that good that's coming up in the schedule. So
try to make up some of those recent losses because they've lost quite a few.
Like on teams that you're supposed to beat, you got to beat them. Mm-hmm. You got to beat them. You got to beat the teams that you're supposed to beat. You do.
So Bulls are 2nd. Miami is right on their heels at 3rd. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the Bucks are 4th, like right on Miami's heels. It's still between those 4 teams.
That's why I say it's going to be one.
Put themselves back in the conversation because they were kind of out of it, but they've been balling lately.
Yeah,
so Miami is back in the conversation again.
Those 4 teams are going to be. It's going to be one of those 4 teams.
The top 4. I don't see Cleveland or Philadelphia like sneaking up. Like I
don't see them. I don't see them.
I don't see any play-in teams getting up there yet. So, like, for 5 and 6 are Cleveland and Philly. I don't see them passing any of those.
No, they're not going to leapfrog them.
Barring, like, some crazy-ass injuries. Like, I don't see them leapfrogging these other 4.
Yeah, they're not going to leapfrog them. I don't think.
Out west, the Phoenix Suns are still killing, man.
Yeah.
They're the only team with single-digit losses. Like, it's 36-9 as I read this. So, like, they still.
Yeah, they kill.
Lost, like, single digits. So, yeah. So, they killing, yeah. Golden State's behind them 2nd. Memphis Grizzlies. That's the team people ain't been paying attention to.
Yeah.
Shout out Ja
Morant. Ja Morant. He out there playing 2K. He out there playing 2K out there. He is.
Out there. I'm hearing talks that Morant is in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, he is. He's on the MVP ladder.
It's the conversation.
Place the 3 on the ladder now. The 3 on the ladder now. They say is Jokic. Him and Joel Embiid. They said those three are on the ladder now. It's those three.
John Morant is in that conversation. So what? How old is Morant? I'm trying to see would he break Rose's record if he were to win it, because I think I gotta see I gotta see the ages like because Rose is the youngest. Like if Morant won, would he break Rose's record? Because he's a third year, just like Rose was. I gotta see what the birthdays were like. I think both of them were one and done guys. So yeah, I gotta check and see like would break that Derrick Rose record.
Because Rose had a late birthday. Rose's birthday's in October. He has the late birthday. So
when John Morant's birthday is, let's find out. Yeah. Let's try to. To John Morant.
I'm looking. I mean, I know we can't fast forward to the, but
you've been balling.
I want to see how the rest of the season plays out. I want to see
how in the West. They the other.
Jazz is doing good.
Those are going to be a four for the West right there. Golden State, Memphis, and Utah. I don't see any of these.
I don't see anybody leapfrogging them.
Those are going to be a four. Like Dallas and Denver are like on the outside, but I said a lot would have to happen for those other teams to like really. They would have to really collapse those other four.
Really fall off a cliff, yeah.
And I told you, Clippers and Lakers are like in the play-in, like 7 and 8 with Minnesota and Portland. Like, how about Portland? What the fuck is Portland doing? They're a mess, man. Because they're not really rebuilding because they still have both Dame and CJ, but they're not good either. It's like they're not really like good, but they're not rebuilding. I don't know what's going on with Portland.
They doing like what Atlanta did when they had the Kyle Korver team some years back. Like, okay, like
even worse than that team.
Well, even worse because they at least they made the playoffs. They were at least in the playoffs.
Portland team, they just.
But I mean, it's like kind of in that.
Like, I'll give you another one. It is Spurs like when DeRozan was there like that. Like you're not really, but you're not really good. It's either. It's like you're like that. It's like you're just there and shit.
You just spinning your wheels, basically.
Just there.
Yeah,
that's the worst place to be because if you're a tanking team, at least you can you might draft a superstar. You get a high pick.
Trust the process, like Embiid said.
And of course, if you're a top team, you have a chance to win a championship.
Right.
The spot you don't want to be in is like where Portland is right now. A team that's like you're not you're barely a play in. It's like you're not even a player. You're on
the outside looking in.
Yeah, you're barely a play-in team right now. And then so there's a good chance you don't make the playoffs, but you're not really tanking because, like I said, you still have Dame, you still have CJ. You're not really moving like guys like that. So what they doing? They're a mess right now. But we'll see what happens as we wrap up our sports talk. Bored the shit out of our non-sports fans. Always shout them out. We had a few tragic deaths we got to talk about.
Yeah.
That's Let's start with Regina King's son. Like that came out of nowhere. Yeah.
That was just like 26 years old.
Yeah, suicide is saying.
Yeah, that's what they're saying because it's like whenever somebody who's very young passes away just unexpectedly. I know people, like it is kind of like, I get why celebrities do like please respect our pride. I get why people say like please respect because people want to know what happened. It's like I don't want to talk about that right now. Like my son just died. Like please leave me alone, basically. And they were saying that he just celebrated his birthday like 2 days prior. Like he had just had his birthday. So, I mean, if it was suicide, I mean, it's just really a sad thing. Like it really is just. Like a mom's worst night, a parent's worst nightmare is to have.
Brother's name, I didn't have it in front of me.
Ian, I want to say Ian Alexander.
Alexander, I want you to get his full name.
Yeah, Ian.
Rest in peace to that young man. 26, crazy.
26 years old.
And like mental health is a real thing. Like if it was a suicide, definitely take care of your mental wellness. Because I have a friend that was a suspected suicide. Yeah, I told him about that. Yeah, so
and I actually had a friend of mine, her brother, some years back, he did commit suicide. And I remember when she just told me, she was like, yeah, the way she just told, I was like, oh my God. Like, it just like, she was like, yeah, my brother passed, like, it was suicide. I'm like, oh my God. Because like, I know he was her little brother. Like, he would like look up to us and everything. And like, I knew him as like her little brother. Like, so it was just really sad just getting news like that. But if one thing that I will say is, like, let's remove the stigma of therapy and mental health. Like, I mean, it's still, especially in our community, the African American community, it's still a lot of stigma. Still, it's more people being more open about it now that are trying to erase that, but it's still some like, you crazy, you going to there. It's like, no, you're not crazy. Like, you have to, unpack feelings. You have to deal with trauma that you experience. You have to deal with rejection that you may have felt, feeling like you're not good enough, feeling like you're never going to be, as good as like whatever your parent may have like wanted you to be. Like, you have to be able to process all those feelings. So, I mean, it's just really unfortunate what happened to him. So prayers to her and her family. Like, so we love Virginia King. Like, she's like, we grew up with her. Like, she was Brenda on 227. We grew up with her. She was Brenda. So
Boys in the Hood, just put as the hood rat.
Do we have a girlfriend? Yes. Neilon, yes. To her.
How do you know that God ain't a she, motherfucker? He could be a she.
And I watched her recently.
That shit when she finished the 40. It's like, I love that scene.
I watched her recently, and on New Year's Eve, I watched her in The Harder They Fall, and she was excellent in that. Like, I was like, she's such a great. Like, Virginia King is such a great. I liked her as Will Smith's wife in Enemy of the State. Enemy of the State, yeah.
I like her in that, yeah. Great actress, yeah. So rest in peace to that young man. Also, rest in peace to Louis Anderson, who was for those that don't know, he was the guy that was washing lettuce at
Maurice. He was Maurice
at McDowell's and Coming to America. The one
Look
that
at me
was up.
I'm washing lettuce.
So was gonna be on fries, and then worked the grill and eventually make assistant manager in a year or two. That's when the big bucks.
That's when the big bucks come in.
Just 2 years.
2 years. Sippy was like.
Nakeem was all into it. Yeah.
And that's when the big bucks come in. And apparently the big bucks did come in because Maurice was in the Coming to America, the sequel.
Looked like he was running McDowell's in Zamunda.
So the big bucks did come in for Maurice.
He hung in there, and the big bucks came in. But yeah, we lost. He had a battle with cancer.
Yeah.
Former Family Feud host too, for those, because they never aired a Louis episode. So a lot of people don't know that. Yeah, he once hosted Family.
Yeah, he once hosted Family Feud. He won an Emmy too. He was on the show Baskets with Zach Galifianakis. He was on that show. I watched his cartoon back in the day, Life with Louie. I don't know if you remember that cartoon. It was like on
I
Fox.
remember. I never saw it though.
I watched it. It was like part of like that, like the Code Zone. It was like part of like that kind of.
Okay.
I'm showing my age now. It was part of that.
Svengoolie. I'll show my head.
It was part of the Code Zone era for me. So
hilarious.
So I'm sure my age is okay.
Chicago legend right there. Rich Coles, yeah. But rest in peace, Louis. Was he 68, I believe?
Yeah, 68. Mm-hmm.
He's lost his battle with cancer. Rest in peace to him. Meatloaf.
I would say Meatloaf passed away too.
Rock star, for those that don't know Meatloaf.
I want to say he was 74. I want to say
3 or 4. You're probably right. I had it.
Yeah, I want to say he was 74. Yeah, because when I saw that, I was like, "What is going? Like, we not even like okay. January is like getting close to being over. Like, what the hell?"
2022 is wild, bro.
Like, this isn't how we wanted to start 2022. Like, what is going on? Like,
we just reported a gang of deaths just last week.
Yeah.
And now we had 3 more. We just reported right now.
Just awful. Just awful. I mean, take care, check in on your people. This is what we keep on saying. Like, during this time, especially during this, nothing is certain. So please check in on your people. Even if it's just a quick text, like, hey, thinking about you. How you doing? Mm-hmm. Respond to that text. So like we said, Dave Chappelle regrets that he didn't respond to Bob Saget's text. And that was his last text. Mm-hmm. Like, even if it just takes like, hey, man, good to hear from you. Just like reach out to your people.
Emojis up here. Thumbs up emoji. Like, so simple as that. Yeah, that's all you need. hit the thumbs up emoji.
So let's just, let's check on our people. Let's do better with that. Because we having too much loss now. Like I'm just over all this loss right now. It's just, like we say, it sucks getting older because you start seeing the people that you grew up, like, you listen to, you may listen to their music, watch their movies.
Might have been fans of them as athletes, like when your sports heroes died like that. Grew up watching them play, like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
It's just sad. It's like, you want to find like, solace and stuff. You want to find the good in things, but sometimes you just be like, this sucks. This sucks. And you just can't, you try to like remain positive, but
their store, people you grew up with. Yeah. Like you used to buy it from their store as a kid. Yeah. It sucks. Like we lose people like that.
I know. I'm sorry. We brought it down. I'm sorry.
As we brought you down, what you got, kid?
Well, this is still something that's kind of, but I mean, I did finish the series. I watched it via Hulu because I didn't watch it live. Like I just streamed it kind of all together. I watched part of it one day and then I watched the rest of it today. I did watch Women of the Movement.
I haven't watched any of it.
Really, it's like 6 episodes. Really, really good series. Like it goes in depth about the life of Emmett Till and Mamie Till Mobley. It goes into like their whole everything about that, like what happened with the event in 1955 where Emmett Till, 14 years old, was lynched in Money, Mississippi. So it goes into that because a lot of people, like we're from Chicago, so we've heard this story ever since we were like,
especially our mom was at the funeral, so we
so when they had,
it's not new to us. Like it was a lot of people. It's just like new to like I grew up here in the Emmett Till.
Yeah, we grew up here. 71st Street is named Emmett Till Road. So
I remember when they dedicated that, like
in the 90s, when they put the brown sign up,
dedication because Mamie was still alive then, like
because she died in 03, I want to say.
So she was out there for that dedication.
But
brown sign, you see her holding the sign up.
Because where his funeral, where his body was embalmed and prepared, it was at A.A. Rayner, which is on 71st. So that's why the connection right there, because A.A. Rayner did prepare him for the services. But a lot of people didn't know that story. Like I said,
A. Rayner, Salik or Gatling, all the Chicago funerals.
Yeah, all the funerals.
At least all the Black Chicago funerals are like those three.
Right.
A. Rayner, Gatling,
or Leak. Yeah.
Gonna be at one of those if you Black. Like almost all the 99% of funerals are gonna be done by one.
And like a lot of people, like when I was looking in the comment section of like people, like they were just like, oh my God, like, because I could tell a lot of people like by their reaction, I'm like, this is probably your first time ever hearing this story. This is probably your first time. So just seeing people's natural reaction, like they was like, I had no idea, like this is awful. And it's like, but like you said, we are from Chicago. Our mom was at the funeral. She was a little girl, but she was there at the funeral.
She had our mom had a fear of dead people because
she had nightmares for years.
Until in that casket, like she had for years, she had a fear of dead people.
And they did show the part, like I said, they did on one episode. I think that was episode 3 when they showed the funeral and like the stuff that mom was telling us. They did reenact that. They say like they had nurses there on site because people, when they saw his body, people were passing out and falling out because of just how disfigured he was. People were. Like when they would collapse in lights after seeing him. They were.
Now, definitely, I would not have gone to that funeral. Something like that would have happened now.
It's like
some shit I don't need to see. I definitely would not have gone there.
But it was incredibly brave of her to, and I get why she did that as a mother.
But like me personally, like if I was, I'm good.
Yeah, I get why she did that, and that was. Like, you have to think about, this is 1955. This is before civil rights. So, like, some people in the comment section was like, well, why? Because, like, another person who was in the series who we love, Glenn Turman, a.k.a. Colonel Taylor, a.k.a. Preach.
Chicago classic, Cooley High. Let's go.
Like, he played Mose Wright, her great uncle. That's who he played in the series. So, he was Mose Wright. And he did very well in the role as Mose, right? And people were getting mad saying like, why did he just do that? And then we like, you have to remember, this is 1955 in the South in Mississippi.
Different times.
This is 1955. You can, well, I would have, it's easy to say that now.
It's with like 2022 guys. Slavery sound like a choice. It's the same thing. It's like,
it's easy to say that with 2025.
And now you can say that, like me, I could say, I probably wouldn't be subservient as a slave, but like, but back then in that mindset, who knows?
That mindset, you don't know.
Don't try to enslave me now. I'm knocking them the fuck out. So like, yeah, like
which exactly. Is why
in their mindset, you say that shit. Yeah.
Which is why back then it was only like if you had like a slave, you know, had like that plantation, whatever. Like you may have only like, out of 100 people, you're lucky if 10 of them uprise. The other 90 are going to be in line. Like I said,
ridiculous. Like they could have beat the shit out of them, but like, it's
mindset. Like I said, but that was a mindset. Like I said, because think about how many uprisings were there. Like I mean, okay, we know Nat Turner,
and then Harriet Tubman. Many slaves. Like she came back and had many slaves out of it.
But when you look at the list of like the uprisings, it was not that. It wasn't like it was like an uprising every week. It wasn't like that was going like that was like a thing that was happening every week. It just wasn't. Like if one happened, then it's like they did things like, okay, like we don't want this to happen so we're gonna get them in line and we're gonna control this, you know, and that's where it was. Like, okay, before they get the idea, like, hey, they did up, so we're gonna do it over here. Like, no, you're not gonna do it over here. You're gonna stay in line and you're gonna stay here and do what I say. And it was about mind control. Because if you can control someone's mind, you can control them forever. You control someone's mind, you can.
What the Willie Lynch letters about.
Yeah, it was a mind control thing. So
not the body, yeah. The Willie.
So for Mamie to do that during that time frame in the 50s in the South, for her to do that, that was incredibly brave of her. For her to not show that fear, for her not to be railroaded, because they did try to conceal her son's murder. They did try to hide it. But she was like, nah. She said, no, you guys are not going to hide this. The world's going to see what they did to my son. So, yeah.
I'm sure I'll get around to watching it.
Yeah, but it was a really good series, like I said. Like, and they did offer the thing on it. They said, like, this shows true events. It was for mature audiences. It said on there, put a disclaimer at the beginning saying that this actually goes into depth. So like if you need like a crisis person to talk to after, because like you may need to talk to somebody after watching that. Especially like I said, if you never heard the story before today, then you may be traumatized hearing the details of it and seeing the visuals of it. Like it may mess with you. So But yeah, really good series. Like I said, I would recommend to watch it. Like I said, just take a deep breath when you're watching it, because you are going to get pissed off. You are going to. And Tanya Pinkett was in it too. Shout out. She's a Chi-Town native.
Well, too.
Okay. She played Mamie's mom. She was her mother. So.
Yeah. I know years ago, I think that's a better fit. Years ago, talking about Taraji playing that role. I think Tanya Pinkett is probably a better fit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I remember like there was some talk about Taraji Henson playing maybe. I heard that years ago, but I guess things if plans change.
I know the young lady who played Mamie was, but Tanya Pinkett played Mamie's mom. I said, but I'm not sure. I forget what the young lady's name is who played.
Mom. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she played Mamie's mom.
Like Taraji was up for that role. Like to
yeah, Taraji was up to play Mamie.
Their plans changed. Like, yeah, it didn't happen.
Yeah. But the young lady, she did a really good job. Like I said, I'm not sure. I'm not sure the young lady's name, but she did a very good job playing Mamie. I feel like she really embodied it. Like you felt her pain. You felt her, you felt it. You felt it as a mom. Like you felt it from her, I felt. So.
I think I'm done. We got enough here.
Yeah. I'm pretty much done, yeah. So.
Episode 243, not another damn podcast.
Go 49ers.
I did predict that. Appreciate your support. Yeah. You want to support us further? You know what to do. Give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. Some on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha?
Hey, girl.
Also, YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. You know how we do it. And follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how to get at me.
And you can check me out, MSIMAH626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Mm-hmm. Also, SER8GULLEY1 on Twitter, SER8GULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
Well, I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.